Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. I'm Mod MattHe, the podcast monkey, and with me today I have...
Mod Ollie, senior content developer, and worked on Halloween.
Hooray! So this year's Halloween event is a bit different.
It is.
It came from a slightly different place to our normal Halloween events.
So that was why it's maybe slightly less traditional than some Halloween events are normally. It came from Rune Labs. Obviously quite a fresh idea having Icthlarin versus Amascut. You know, you visit the gates of the Underworld and stuff like that. So just kind of goes to show the kind of cool stuff that can come out of Rune Labs.
And we should probably name check the player in question.
Oh yes, of course, Cyndaquil. He's been like brilliant to work with. I've been quite lucky. The people I've worked with from Rune Labs, I worked on the Seren Quest, The Light Within. I worked with Gaga Lady. He was very good. And then also on Halloween with Cyndaquil, also really good to work with. Good bouncing ideas back and forth. So yeah, I've had really good experiences with Rune Labs so far.
Yeah, because one of the really good things about Rune Labs is we've been trying to have those relationships with the people who've come up with the ideas, isn't it?
Yeah.
And involve them in the
It's brilliant because I mean I saw Cyndaquil at RuneFest as well, which was really good. He gave me a box of chocolates and said like it was really nice when he said thanks for making his dream come true, getting some RuneScape content in game, and that's just that really made my day pretty much. Cool stuff.
So what's the basis of the event then?
So the event is the god of the Underworld, Icthlarin, fighting the previous god of rebirth, but now the Devourer, Amascut. They're brother and sister gods of the Desert Pantheon, and they're basically clashing in the Underworld. So the lore behind it is that with Tusker crashing into the planet, Tusker had devoured underworlds of other planets, and there's an abundance of souls sort of funneling into Gilnor, into that underworld. And with that overflow of souls, Amascut's taken a chance to take over the underworld. And now you're trying to help Icthlarin, fight her back and collect the souls and get them safely to the afterlife.
Right, okay. And stop the Devourer getting them all.
Yes, exactly. Because if she devours them, she's going to gain power, and who knows what she'll do with that. She's pretty evil.
Okay. And where do you start?
The entrance is next to the Berthorpe lodestone.
Yeah.
And then you talk to Death, who introduces you to the event and everything. You jump down into the rift, and then you'll land nice and safely on the banks of the River Numenon, which is where the bridge over to the gates of the Underworld is.
Right, okay.
Yes.
And what kind of things will you be asked to do?
So the main things you'll be doing is collecting souls on the river. So one of the coolest things we've done in the event, one that we're really happy with, is you can row your boat on the river, which I think everyone enjoys. When we showed it off first time in our sprint reviews and things.
The water looks amazing on that as well.
Yeah, people, it looks really great. And when you go around the outside, you've got sort of the fog and like lightning in it. It's pretty cool. It's moody. So yeah, you collect your souls on the river, and then you bring them back to the bridge where you escort them across, and you've got to kill lots of Amascut's devourers. You've got sort of gorilla-looking mean devourers, and also some that look like wild cats.
Yeah.
You fight them back as you escort your souls across the bridge, and then when you get into the end, you give them to Icthlarin. And then I think it's every 15 minutes, or 10. I'm not 15, exactly. I think it's 15. Yeah, okay. 15 minutes is when the boss spawns. And then, you fight the boss back with all the players, and that's an avatar of Amascut. Yeah. Some people might have noticed, there's also, up on the lioness statue next to the gates, Amascut appears, and she's sort of acting like the puppet master of the boss, and, you can see her mimicking the actions that
it's doing. Trying to control it.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Cool. And if you're not a killer but a skiller, how do you get the souls across the bridge then?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, the gorillas are the ones that you sort of fight back.
Yeah.
And then they're not actual gorillas, but the ones that look like them. And the ones that look like more wild cats, you can use divination to sort of siphon energy from them and fight them back, and you won't get any combat XP or anything. So we've taken pures into account.
Good. So who can take part in the event?
Absolutely anyone. There's no requirements on it. Free to play can join in.
Right.
Iron Men can also play. So yeah, it's open to anyone.
Cool. And what are the rewards like? Because we all love rewards.
Yes, everyone loves rewards. We have the cat. One of the new characters in the event is Car, who's she's a cat that used to be one of Amascut's priestesses. I think that's the plural. So you can get a cat in her image as a pet. That's one of the rewards. There's also 2 Gravestone Overrides. You get either the lioness or the jackal, which sort of they're the statues on either side of the bridge representing Icthlarin and Amascut, of course.
Okay.
Then you've got your herb burner, which allows you to burn herbs for herb lore and fire making XP. And then, like, when you place one down, anyone can use it. It's
right,
pretty
okay.
cool. And then we've also got, from the boss, if you kill it, you get a death anim override. So you can go to death and talk to him to get, that's our third death anim override. So if you've done missing presumed death, you'll be able to choose between death collecting you, Icthlarin collecting you, or a devourer jumping out of the ground and pulling you down. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's probably my favourite cosmetic from the event.
And XP lamps as well for those.
Yes, XP lamps. So once you've got all your rewards, you can actually get XP pretty quick. If you're doing sort of rounds and just buying XP lamps, you'll be able to generate some XP fast and choose which skill it goes into, of course.
And I hear there's an Ectofuntus as well.
Yeah, that's something I pushed for, so I can get my my prayer levels up. So yeah, we've got we streamlined
Mod Bond is sitting nodding keenly.
Yeah,
clearly somebody who's after his prayer levels.
Yeah, so the original Ectofuntus is, there's a few quirks to using it. You had to bring like pots and buckets, I think it is, and yeah, basically go up and down the building to be able to use it. So it's quite an annoying process.
Yeah.
So which we streamlined a bit. You no longer need the pots or the buckets. And in the Halloween event, just for the 2-week period, obviously the things you need to use, the Bone Cruncher and the Ectoplasm pool, they're like closer together. So you can pretty quickly earn prayer XP in there. It's pretty good.
Awesome. Obviously, we had loads of feedback. Loads of people have loved the graphics. And I understand there's 2 new audio tracks.
Yep, 2 new tracks. One in particular for the boss, when you're fighting the boss in that area, is a pretty cool one.
Amascut, the Devourer, and Icthlarin's Little Helper, I understand they're called.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. There was obviously some feedback about the rate of grabbing stuff.
The rate of grabbing stuff.
Well, that's
the
what it's all about.
term.
The scientific term, rate of grabbing stuff. Are there any changes we've made?
Yep, so a hotfix went out today.
Today's Thursday.
Yes, Thursday. So by the time you're listening to this, it will have been out a little while. We've seen a lot of feedback from players that the event's very grindy. People want to be earning XP faster as well. So we realised there's been quite a few events in close proximity to each other. This even overlapped with the Falador one. So we realised there's a bit of event fatigue. So we decided to compromise a bit. We've halved the cooldown on a special soul spawning. So those are the ones that give you XP in the river.
Right.
So they'll spawn twice as often now. When they do spawn, they're also twice as likely. So when that cooldown period is over, they're twice as likely to spawn as well. And then we've also upped the favour that you get for killing Devourers on the bridge. When you're not escorting souls, it was only 1, now you get 3. So we want people really to be escorting souls up there.
Yep.
So now when you are escorting souls, we've upped it from 5 favour to 10.
Okay.
So that's doubled. That's pretty nice now. We increased the favour you get for completing an escort from, I think, 200 to 300.
Okay.
So we upped it by 100. Those values might be slightly off. And we also upped the favour you get from killing the boss by 50 favour as well. So now for doing sort of complete runs, you should be getting a lot more favour, more XP from those souls that are spawning. And then once you've got all your rewards, of course, you can just buy lamps.
Yeah.
And you'll be getting favour quicker, buying lamps faster. So the XPs should be pretty good.
So we've switched it to encourage people to do that rotation.
Yeah, well, the way it was should have encouraged people anyway, but rather than up the souls on the river and have people just collecting them or upping Devourers when you're not escorting them, we wanted to keep that sort of flow throughout the event, keep people doing various activities. So yeah, hopefully people will be doing their rounds, getting lots of favour, getting loads of XP and, enjoying it a little bit more.
And getting into the slaying the boss as well.
Yes, definitely slaying the boss. That's always good to do.
Yeah, I've noticed loads of people gathering around the boss and around the base of the bridge.
Yeah, it's great seeing people like around the Ectofuntus and training prayer and stuff. I don't think anyone's going to argue that that's good XP for prayer at the moment. But yeah, we saw a lot of people just gathering around the boss, waiting for it to spawn.
Yeah.
I think hopefully by now people have realised that's not a good way of earning favour because it's only once every 15 minutes and it's much more effective to do your rounds, get the souls, escort them up, deliver them, and then when the boss spawns, get up there and kill that, and then, go back to the rest of the event.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in today.
That's all right.
It's been an absolutely brilliant chat to you, and it looks just stunning.
Yeah.
It does look amazing.
Like, I'm forgetting his mod name now. I think it might be Mod Roach. In particular, like the environment and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks so nice. I think people really just enjoy being at the gates of the Underworld. It's a cool, place to imagine anyway, but then I think we've brought it to life quite nicely as well. The concepts have been great. Obviously the audio and just everything about it.
The amount of lore embedded in it as well.
Yeah, I think people are happy with the lore too. That was after the Tusker World event.
Yeah.
Some of the feedback was that there wasn't really much lore in there. So it was something we focused on to really give players a bit more meat to get stuck into.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm really, really proud of the team for creating such an awesome place. And we will hopefully be revisiting it in the future.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.
Cool.
And time to say bye to the audience.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.